Hi there and welcome to Apple World. YG and Saweetie probably undeniably adored up in their extravagant common house in LA. However, everything appears to be sweet, correct? See, out of nowhere, the entire area is shook by shouting and hollering coming from their lodging. We're talking full-on unscripted television-style show, however. In actuality, presently here where it gets truly fascinating word on the roads, is that Wu was the person who started off this entire wreck. Yet before we go pointing fingers, let me spill the tea that purportedly went down. Clearly, I got a brief look at something on Saweetie telephone that had him seeing red and not discussing not many coquettish message or something like Instagram. Post prefers no. This is way greater accurate are saying that I saw on the telephone was proof that Saweetie has been playing him like a fiddle. However, it not just about cheating, yet about her involving him for clout. Could you at any point accept that your frosty young lady Saweetie could have been around here dealing with YG like a V? Entering stone to remain pertinent in the business, yet might we at any point be genuinely a second for a millisecond? When did you last hear a Saweetie tune top in the graph separated from frigid young lady? Her music vocation has been precisely on fire recently. However, you understand what keeps her name in everybody mouth. Show relationship showed to be explicit after this entire wreck went down. He took to Instagram with the obscure post. He shared emoticons of a lion and a cheetah. Now I know what you inking what that expected to mean, while fans rushed to break the code. Do lying miscreant heartbreaker. See what he did there, very cunning, right? Yet let rewind it a piece and discuss love life. Well, we before YG she was with Quo from the Amigos. Recall that chaotic separation, it was all around that information. There was even the notorious lift battle video that had everyone talking. Discuss a relationship going down in a real sense. The video begins with a battle starting beyond a lift with the cold young lady swinging on her glacial mass kid, him evading the hit, and the two facing over what is by all accounts an orange important mission at hand. The battle go on inside the lift with Quo hauling her inside, Saweetie falling down and apparently being harmed while the Migos rapper doesn't do anything to help her. At one point, he appears to understand the camera has recorded their fight, yet sits idle to help Darling, who is still on the ground. And when we believed that the show was over, think about who entered the talk. Chris Earthy. Yes, C. Bree himself. He dropped a diss track where he guaranteed he laid down with STI while she was still with Quo, discussing mixing the pot. Now, Soy never answered these cases. However, you understand what they say. There is no such thing as terrible exposure. She utilized all this consideration regarding advance her new tune. Nanny savvy move or obscure business, you conclude. I mean, everybody getting it done yet here. What a few people are beginning to notice. An example with Sway. It seems like she possibly springs up in the titles when they're showing her adoration life, her music vocation. Well, let's simply say it has precisely been seeing the diagrams ablaze. Recently separated from frosty young lady, her tracks are making almost no clamor. So is ST. I barely over here with these high-profile connections to remain important. Cert. Ain't individuals sure think so. They saying that she playing the game involving these people for clout to keep her name at the center of attention. Quite cruel allegation. However, right yet stand by there. More recall when YG brought CD in front of an audience at the Moving Clearly in California. He presented her as the sovereign of this West Coast. Is discussion about a great motion and embellishment. Yet presently with this show fans are contemplating whether it was only all for show. What up, be deffing Italy talk your what up? What up? So let discuss I briefly. This is the initial occasion when he been trapped in some relationship show. Either back in May, he was found crawling on Tiana Taylor thirst trap via virtual entertainment, and this was while he was, as far as anyone knows, with SOI seems to be. There may be different sides to this story, yet here where it gets truly succulent after this show went down. SOI did simply pause for a minute and take it, and what might be said about so ongoing ventures. Well, her most recent collection can say there is one her new singles not precisely high on the outlines, but rather you realize what gets individuals discussing SOI, her adoration life. It as expected each time her music vocation begins to blur blast new sweetheart show, so no big surprise why glossed it when he saw those messages on Saweetie telephone. He purportedly snapped. And it was pretty much duping. It was tied in with being utilized for exposure, used to remain significant, used to keep the spotlight radiating brilliantly. Could you at any point envision how that should feel? Yet here, where it gets genuine insane, the contention got so heated that somebody in reality called the police cops are moving up to this extravagant superstar. House lights blazing, neighbors are presumably looking out their windows considering what in the world is continuing. Since it was that significant when the police showed up, they needed to isolate Y and Saweetie. I mean, could you at any point envision being isolated? These two were grinding away so hard that the police had to step in, and this is simply not only a tad tip, this is an all-out relationship implosion region. It got to be individuals pondering, is this all an occurrence, or is SOI truly over here, involving these people for clout? I mean, consider it quo. Chris earthy colored reports now, YG that a ton of high-profile show for one individual, not to mention the bits of hearsay about Offset. On the other hand, if what I purportedly saw on that telephone is valid, it appearing as though STI may be playing chess while these folks are in a real sense playing checkers, utilizing connections to remain pertinent that some powerful PR systems in that general area. Now Saweetie has been bringing this lion down. She's been applauding back in her own particular manner. Are obviously so while they around here chattering about her adoration life show Saweetie out here, doing what she specializes in, killing the stage that right people simply a day after the entire untidy circumstance with YG. Your young lady Saweetie appeared at VAC in 2024 in Los Angeles looking amazing. Picture this SOI swaggering into that stage in an all-dark outfit with serving searches. For a really long time she ventured onto that stage, looking exceptionally shy, very cutesy, extremely careful with serving. GRP to the relationship we talking a yield coat that she generally left unfastened in light of the fact that why not assuming you got it flaw. It however, this is the insane thing, this young lady looked content as can be on that stage. You never surmise that only 24 hours sooner, she was in a warmed contention with YG. They got so extraordinary that the cop appeared at their place, discussed compartmentalizing it like Saweetie, communicating something specific without saying a word. Pressure, what pressure? Only here to perform and look spectacular doing it. Let me let you know she nailed it on the two fronts. Now I know some of you all may be thinking, yet imagine a scenario in which YG simply rushing to make judgment calls. Imagine a scenario in which he misjudged what he saw on so telephone, and you know what that a fair point. A few of us have had those minutes where you seen something Saweetie on your partner telephone and our psyches go directly to the worst situation imaginable. Yet here the thing. In the event that it was only a misconception, for what reason did things heighten to where the neighbors were calling cops? That does appear to be a quiet, level-headed choice with a misconception. Now this sounds like some genuine crude feeling that probably emerged. However, we got some industry insiders that are saying that Saweetie Group could really be behind this show, and you realize the web generally has suppositions and all. They got a few zesty takes on this dramatization. First up, we got a fan who had a clashed outlook on your young lady, Saweetie. She composed for what reason? Saweetie is generally in the report about all the other things with the exception of her music. Like I love her down, yet I can guard her. All seems to be a few fans becoming weary of seeing Saweetie in the titles for everything except her music. It's like they're expressing, come on, young lady. We realize you can rap. Let's hear a few new tracks rather than let's show, yet hold up in light of the fact that not everybody in any event is feeling for YG. In this present circumstance, another fan claps back with that his business. He did Kanani wrong, most likely his karma. How am I expected to feel terrible for a man that chew on numerous ladies? No, brother. Go crying in your corner, and no one is attempting to hear it. Well, I surmise they were attempting to keep anything down. However, it appears as individuals figure out the reason why he may be experiencing his own medication. Recollect, people, what goes around returns around. And afterward we got this zesty tape. SOI has been the issue. She says she loves harmful connections. SEO, I got an unfortunate desire for men. It does matter about the cash she generally shows when she is in a relationship with every one of the fans holding nothing back. And they are essentially saying Saweetie may be the shared factor in this relationship show. Is it an instance of, if wherever you go, sense like canine crap check, your own shoe in light of the fact that it is clear that fans are partitioned on this issue? Some are burned out on STI being in the information for her own life rather than her music. Others think YG is getting what he merits for his past way of behaving. And afterward, there are the people who think Saweetie could have to investigate her own relationship decisions. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.